Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Mr. Mitchell bringing you the lesson for Tuesday, December 1st. Can you believe that today is December 1st? Or, well, today was December 1st. Yeah, I can't believe it either. We are moving through this year. It was just September a little while ago, and we were meeting each other for the first time. All right, let's get right into our lesson. Today, we do have a little bit to do. We're going to be working on thesis. Go ahead and click on your learning target. All right. Of course, that's where you started, and that's where this video is embedded. I'm making the video now, so it's not on your screen yet. So by the end of class, I will be able to write a correctly formatted thesis to include a stem, transition, and reasons. I will know I can do this when I've evaluated my samples, practiced with support, written from a new prompt, and applied the skill to my Unit 3 Common Assessment to include all three components of a thesis. Now, I am going to tell you right now, this is what you have to learn today, that a thesis is one sentence long, that it's one sentence. You're going to watch a video today, and the video may say it's one or two, but for our writing, our persuasive writing or expository writing, your thesis will only be one sentence. Remember that. Your thesis is going to have a stem, which is it's basically your topic and position. It's the thing that you're supposed to be writing about. It has to have a transition. Your transition is going to be the word because, and it's going to have reasons, which you're going to develop in a brainstorm. Okay? I'll just leave you with that. That's really the entire lesson listed in these 3 words. Go ahead and click next. Now, you have access to this PowerPoint presentation, and I would like you to have access, like have it pulled up, because I'm not going to play the videos, but I'm going to give you a choice. There are 3 videos to watch, and all 3 are really good. One is a little slower paced, and it's a person just giving you the information. One is kind of silly, and it explains it in a conceptual way. And then the last one has to do with ninjas, but it's all the same information. Now, I told the students in class that they were welcome to watch all 3 of the videos if they felt that they needed additional information. Sometimes I could explain something, and you just need to hear somebody else say the same information. They might say it in a slightly different way, or they might say it in a unique way. So that's why I gave you those 3 options, but you do need to watch one of them. So you're actually going to end up pausing this video in a little while, watching that other video, and then coming back to this video, right? So we're talking about brainstorming, and we're talking about thesis. And this is something that you're going to have to do tomorrow for your Wednesday assignment. So learn it well today, and tomorrow will be very easy for you because you're going to do it authentically. All right. So why do you have to brainstorm? Invariably, I always have a student who tells me every year I don't brainstorm. And I ask why. I say, I just like to start writing my thesis, or I like to write my essay, or whoa, hold on. I like to travel, drive. I like to go on road trips, and Mrs. Mitzel and Ben and I like to get in the car and go for rides and things. But we don't just get in the car and drive a direction. Nope. We plan actually for several days leading up. And in some cases, on a long drive, we'll plan for a couple of weeks and kind of look at the route that we might take, and if there's a stop that we have to make along the way, or we try to plan so that Ben can take a nap in the car if it's a really, really long drive. So you've got to plan because you need to know what you're going to do before you do it. You need to write, know what you're going to write about before actually starting your draft. So when I say I don't recommend writing, but writing your essay before you've brainstormed, I don't mean that as a suggestion. I mean that as it's mandatory. You have to do a brainstorm. The best writers in the world, the most skillful novelists, all plan and all brainstorm, like straight up on paper, or they type up their ideas. But yes, nobody just starts writing. Next, it gives you time to evaluate if you have enough information to write about. again, with my driving example, um, I make sure that, I have my driver's license, and I make sure that we have money for gas and money for food if we have to stop to eat along the way. We don't just jump in the car, throw a couple of things in and say that'll be enough. No, we have to plan meticulously and sort. We have to make sure that we sort out what we have. Because when it's time to get gas, I need to be able to find my wallet, and we need to find the snacks for Ben, and Mrs. Mitchell needs to make sure she has her charger so she can charge her phone. And then the last thing, think of it like a roadmap, like I've been using in my example. You've got to know where you're going before you start. Don't just point in a direction and start driving, or in this case, start writing. Okay, so how do you do it then? Now, this is what I love about a brainstorm. You can't do it wrong if you do it. You can't do it wrong if you just follow some basic principles. You can do it wrong if you don't actually do a brainstorm. Think about what you're supposed to write about. That'll be the first thing. Think about what you're being asked to write about, unpack the prompts, focus in on your topic, and think about the position that you might want to take. Next, make an unorganized list of things you know about. Okay. Again, I'm going to use my road trip example. When I start packing for a road trip, I just go and grab all the things that I know that I have to need, or that I'm going to need. I put them all together in one spot. I don't worry about packing them in. I just get them and I put them on our dining room table. And that gives me a chance to have an overview of, have I left anything out? Am I forgetting something? Sometimes I will make a list. Actually, on my phone, I'll open a notepad and I'll start writing out all the things that I need to take when we go on a trip. I always start with toothbrush, toothpaste, because man, you don't want to forget that and be someplace and go, oh, now we got to go drive and go find a toothbrush, and it's at 10 o'clock at night. Okay, so I make an unorganized list, and an unorganized here just means it's writing them down as I think about them. The same for writing an essay. What do you know about the topic? Just start writing down ideas. Next, the more you have, the easier it'll be when it comes time to draft. Now, let's keep going with this road trip example. Sometimes I'll go through the house and I'll start grabbing things that I go, oh, this would be nice to have on the trip. This would be a good thing to bring along. And then once I get it all out on the dining room table and I have my suitcase or I have my bag there and I'm going to pack it, I can evaluate, oh, do I really need to take this? You know what? We're not actually going to have time to, play this game. I don't really have room for it. I'll have to leave this behind. The same thing for you. It's going to be easier for you to prioritize, and it's going to be easier for you to evaluate. Is this a good idea? Do I know anything about this example? Is it something I've heard, but I don't really have any experience with and I can't write about? Okay. So it gives you this top-down view, like a bird's eye view, where you can see everything that you know all in one place. And then lastly, after you've got your list out, you're going to start to sort them into categories. Connect things that are the same. If I bring a toothbrush and then I go, did I grab another toothbrush? I probably don't need to take both of them. Right? But if I just start throwing things into the bag and saying, oh, well, this is good, this is good, this is good, but I haven't evaluated it and sorted everything out, then I'm likely to miss things that I've doubled up on and miss things that I forgot. Having 2 toothbrushes and no toothpaste is not very helpful. Okay, enough with that analogy. Here's where you're going to pause this video. You have a couple of options. On slide 4 here, you can watch how to write a thesis, and she's going to tell you this is option 1. You can look at option 2. All right, this is Schmoop telling you how to write a thesis. Or you could choose option 3. This is the ninja one on how to write a thesis. Choose the one. You could even watch each of them, but you need to watch one of them all the way through. Now, The other piece that I need to tell you is straight up, I'm going to say it now before the video, and I'm going to say it again after the video. For us, a thesis is only one sentence. It's only one sentence. All right, go ahead, pause this video, and choose the one that you're going to watch. All right. Now that you're back from your video, I hope you picked one that you enjoyed. Maybe you tried out a couple of them and you settled on one. Most people picked, I think, the Schmoop one. That was kind of silly, but it had good information and it told you the difference between a thesis and topic sentences. Now, here's the deal. A thesis for us is only one sentence. And today, when I evaluate you, when you do this work, I'm going to reiterate I'm looking for 5 things, okay? And I'll tell you what those 5 things are again. But first of all, it needs to be one sentence. It needs to have correct capitalization and punctuation. It needs to have the stem or topic. It needs to have the transition word, and it has to have at least 2 reasons. That's 5 things, okay? That's what I'm going to evaluate, and each thing is worth 20% of the total for your grade today. Okay, so here we go. A thesis statement for persuasive writing, which is only one sentence, takes a position. Here's an example. Let's say we want to show agreement for our prompt, right? We agree with the idea. The school board should add time to the day because, right? That's going to be the school board should add time to the day. That's going to be our stem or our topic. We're talking about extending the school day. Because is going to be our transition. You're always going to use because. I'm going to say that it's our magic word, okay? Don't forget, do you remember being really young? Maybe you do or don't. And a parent or guardian and was teaching you to say please and thank you. What's the magic word? Well, in 8th grade, what's the magic word for a thesis statement? Because. All right. Here's one to show disagreement. The school board should not add time to the school day. There's your stem or topic. Because, there's your magic word, transition. And then you'll attach your reasons that you got from the brainstorm that you did. Next, if you want to write an expository essay, or if you are writing an expository essay, thesis statements need to support an idea, okay? An enjoyable educational activity is, I don't know, playing an instrument. That's our topic or stem. Because, there's our magic word, transition word. And then I would give my 2, 3, 4, 5 reasons. Next one, a challenge facing students is bullying. There's our topic or stem. Because, there's our magic transition. And then I'd attach my 2 or 3 reasons. And here's a little formula to help you realize, or help you remember. Your topic or stem with your position or idea, that's one thing. Then your transition, then your 2 to 3 reasons. Now, I'm going to like really, really be adamant about this. 2 to 3 reasons means 2 to 3 reasons. You can't have fewer than 2. You can't just have 1 reason and then that's your essay. It's not enough for 8th grade. Maybe back in 5th grade, they would just say, well, pick a reason. But now you're building an argument, and an argument needs to have, we call them legs, right? An analogy to help you understand this is a chair, right? A chair cannot stand on 1 leg. Well, you might say, well, if Mr. Mitchell, it can't stand on 2. Yeah, you're right, it can't. But you know, we have to have several supports. You're going to give examples, and those will kind of act like legs too. All right, let's go on to the next thing. Here's a prompt. Albert Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Do you agree or disagree with this statement? Explain your answer with specific details and examples to convince others to support your opinion or position. Now, here's what we have to write about. We have to explain, we have to convince others to support if we agree or disagree that imagination is more important than knowledge. And I'm going to say disagree here. I'm going to say that actually knowledge is more important. So we're going to start with our topic stem, with our position, which is to say that knowledge is more important than imagination. I got to insert my magic transition word, and then I have to add my reasons. Okay, that's my thesis. So here's an example. Knowledge is more important, boom, right here. There's my topic with position. Because, there's my magic transition. It will foster ideas, give you credibility so your ideas will be heard, and help you help your imaginative ideas become reality. And there's 3 3 reasons right there. Okay, so now that we have that, and here's another one if you want to look at it on your own. Let's go in and practice. Okay. Some people enjoy public speaking while others are frightened by it. Use specific details and examples to explain how you feel about public speaking. What are some possible thesis topics? Well, of course, we're going to be talking about public speaking. And let's say I feel okay about it, like I enjoy it. All right. So I will say, I enjoy public speaking. There's my topic and position, because there's my magic transition. And then I'll attach 2 reasons, because my voice is heard and I get to share something I'm passionate about. Looking back on slide 8, we have all 3 parts. I enjoy public speaking. There's my topic and position, because there's my magic transition. I get to have my voice heard. There's reason number 1. And make sure you have "and" in there. And I get to share something I'm passionate about. There are my 2 reasons. All right, think about this one for a minute. Is this a good thesis? Why wouldn't anyone want to participate in after-school activities? Do they take a position? Yeah, it sounds like they're in support of after-school activities. Is it 1 sentence long? Yes, it is. Does it have a transition? That magic word, because. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, so it's missing that. What are the reasons that they're going to use to support their argument or their idea? It doesn't look like they have any. So folks, this is not a thesis. This isn't good. This is bad. Actually, if you were to put this in there, I would only be able to give you like 1/3 credit, right? I wouldn't be able to give you full credit for your thesis. And trust me, if a student had inserted this into their essay would be a struggle to write. Let's take a look at the second one. All right. Our principal wants to force all students to participate in at least 1 after-school activity. Do they take a position? I think so. I think they're saying the after-school activities should not be mandatory. Do they use a magic transition? No, there is no because. Do they have any reasons? Nope. Is it 1 sentence? Yeah, it is. Is it a thesis? I hope you said at your screen a resounding no, it's not. Okay. Here's the last one. After-school activities should be mandatory because students need to occupy their time, students will meet new people, and students will feel more pride in their school. All right, is this 1 sentence? Yes. Capitalized? Yep. Period at the end? Correct. Use some commas to separate reasons? Yes, they did. Oh, so that fulfills the reasons. They have more than 1? They have 2 or 3? Yeah, they have 3. Do they take a position? After-school activities should be mandatory. Yes, they do. They have that magic transition. It's right there. Because is this a good thesis? You're probably saying, Mr. Mitzel, yes, it's good. I read it the first time and I knew. All right, excellent. Now, let's exit out of this and we're going to go on to our practice. Your practice is right here below. How do you do this? Well, first of all, you are going to read the prompt. It's right here. Then you're going to write a thesis, and I did the brainstorm for you. I did it. You don't have to think of anything on your own. So what you're going to do is use the prompt to develop, and remember slide 8, 7 and 8 are going to be the ones that kind of help you here. There's your topic, right? Whoops. There we go. Use the prompt to figure out your topic, take a position. Here's your word explain. That should be helpful to you. Make sure you include because, and then you're going to choose at least 2 of these to turn into reasons, okay? In order to get the text box to open, you're going to go up here to the top and click the blue submit a sign button. Pause the video, enter this one, and then there's 1 more to practice with on the next page. So once you finish that, you are done for today, and I will evaluate and grade, and we're going to go over these on Thursday just as a review, and people will be able to check their work. All right. If you have any questions, as always, you are free and welcome. Feel free and be welcome to send me a message through Canvas. I look forward to seeing you back in class on Thursday. Don't forget to check in tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and you will have an assignment there. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.